Hey everyone, I'm Ian Douglas, the author of the website techinterview.guide. I do live streams every Sunday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern about topics relevant to interview preparation for the tech industry. I occasionally record longer Q&A sessions, and I've started to break those into smaller videos to post. And there'll be information at the end of this video about how to get in contact with me if you have additional questions. Let's get to it. The next one was a little bit funny. It said, what interview question is more like sinking in quicksand than when you're asked, why did you leave your previous job? And it's kind of funny. It's like, is there any possible worse question to be asked than why did you leave your previous job? There are worse questions to be asked. Some of them are just impossible and so on to answer. Why did you leave your previous job is an important one if you've already left that job. So if you left that job and it's been a little bit of time that you've been unemployed, they're going to ask like why you left that job. Depending on why you left, you need to be honest with them. You need to be upfront with them and say, I quit because it was like a really bad environment. You don't want to be too negative about it. Like, oh, my manager was like, total, bleep, bleep, bleep kind of person. Like you don't want to be too negative about the company. You don't want to be too negative about the experience. Especially if you got dismissed from the job, you don't want to be super negative about it. You always want to try to put a positive spin on things if you can. But if it was something like, oh, COVID happened and we all got laid off and now I'm just, I took some time off and now I'm looking for another job. It's like, yeah, you and millions of other people, no one's going to blink at that. If you got into a scenario where just the work environment was really, really poor, and you just had to get out of there, I think some companies are going to understand that as well. But again, you have to be careful how you present that kind of answer to them. Again, you don't want to be too negative about the company, but you could just say like, it was just not a good fit. And we parted ways. Like you can say like, I wasn't dismissed from the job, but I decided, that it wasn't a good place to stay, and I wanted to take my career in a different direction, or I wanted to take my skills in a different direction. Like you can always spin it in a way that makes it sound like it was your choice to leave, and that you're deciding to go do something else. But yeah, some of those questions are kind of like morale sucking. Sort of questions where it just makes you feel really down, especially if you got dismissed from a job. It doesn't feel good to get dismissed and then have to explain why you got dismissed from a job or asked to resign or something like that. But I think you do need to be honest about it, but I think you can still spin it in a way that puts you in a positive light. Just be careful not to speak too negatively about your employer. Hey, thanks for watching. I love helping people out with interview prep, and I hope this video helped you in some way. If you found this Q&A useful, please consider subscribing. You can follow me on Twitch as well for the live stream twice a week. Check out techinterview.guide/streaming for more information. I also have a daily email series that you can subscribe to on the website. There are never any ads, and when you finish the series, I scrub your information out of my database permanently. Finally, if you have a question that you'd like answered on the stream, you can find my contact info on techinterview.guide. I prefer LinkedIn or email. If you leave your question in a YouTube comment, it might take me longer to find it, but I'll see you next time.